Hi, my name is Jessica Lackey, and today we'll be talking about how to marry the soul and the strategy in your business. You might be thinking, is it possible to run a business with tactics and strategy while still bringing in tarot, radical reclamation, and soul-centered seasonality to your business? And I say it's not just optional, it's required to run a business that doesn't subscribe to overly toxic, extractive practices that we are taught in traditional online business. Even if you think all of this woo-woo stuff is a little suspect, and why would you want to bring that into business? Ignoring cycles, seasonality, soul, and roots in your business is a one-way ticket to burnout, because we as humans are not designed to operate as machines driving for more and more profit at the cost of our souls and bodies. So we need to be bringing these practices that reconnect us to our bodies, reconnect us to nature, into our business practices so it's sustainable for us, our communities, and our clients. So what does it look like to have a business with strategy and tactical elements and structure while also infusing the more woo-woo and elemental side of running your business? This might look like evaluating your energy in a given season while setting your strategic plan for a given season, month, day. You might decide to look at the pricing structure, not just how it fits with your personal profit, but how it fits within the ecology of those you serve, and evaluating your impact on the collective. These are some of the ways we can bring in these soul-centered practices to elements like strategy, like pricing, like time management. I help clients bring soul to their business by reconnecting to their soul, their vision for their business, their vision for the impact they want to have, their vision for the life that they want to have. Because if the person in the business isn't thriving, the business isn't thriving. So instead of just looking at the cold hard facts, the numbers, the metrics, we look at how does this person want to feel in their business? How do they want their business to feel in their bodies? And we start crafting strategies from there. How might we use tarot in a business strategy process? One of my clients kept pulling a card that signaled transition, and she had been struggling with transition in her business, grinding to keep growth at an unchecked pace. When we kept pulling that card of transition, she got quiet and started thinking about the fact that this wasn't the business she wanted to run, this wasn't the life she wanted to run, and she felt stifled. So we crafted her next steps to allow for that transition from one business model to the next, for the death of the old and the rebirth of the new, which takes time and cash and a change in marketing strategy. So this is how we combine the tactical elements, the tangible elements of running a business with those more soul-centered spiritual concepts. Because again, we are not machines. And when we try to run our business just by the numbers, we end up losing part of ourselves in the process. I talk about building radical and rooted businesses, but what does radical mean? And how is that involved at all in strategy? The root of the word radical is actually rooted. So instead of following one-size-all business advice, instead of following the traditional strategies we've been taught of maximizing profit at all costs and constantly growing, we get back to our roots and say, what's the business I want to build? What's the life I want to have? And also, what are the radically different practices that may mean we need to build in our business related to how we hire teams, how we price our offers, how much of our time and our money do we give up to others? These are the radically different practices we build in based on our business roots. When you run a soul-centered business, you start to create a rebellion, because instead of listening to other people telling you what to do and following a perfect business playbook that might have worked for them, you start to break the rules of business. You start to define your own path. You start to create your own analysis that gives you that inner sense of knowing, again, connected to your soul, about the practices that you want to move forward with in your business. So instead of following the rules, it's time for our little business rebellion. You may think I just use tarot with my solo businesses. That is far from the truth. I've brought tarot into corporate engagements. That seems crazy, but they loved it. When's the last time people really sat down to get clear and get connected to their bodies and get connected to their souls in a corporate setting? We're explicitly taught not to do that in service of those corporate metrics. So when we bring spirituality and tarot and all these archetypes into the corporate place, we're forced to reconnect to ourselves and reconnect to how we show up in our businesses. And that's quality that's not rewarded in most businesses. When I brought tarot cards in this session before, I see a sense of relief because it names a feeling that people have had and haven't been able to articulate. It almost is a sign from the universe that what they're feeling is normal and witnessed and seen. And that's the power of bringing some of these tools into a more strategy and tactical practice. You might hear a lot about energy and manifestations and not know where that fits in with a business. But it's really important to understand how you are showing up, not just mentally and not just tactically, but how your energy is aligned. So are you in love with your offers? Are you managing your capacity? Do you have enough emotional expenditure for birthing something that you're trying to launch in your business? These are the questions that we connect back to energetics, to manifestation, to really say, now that we've aligned that energy or gotten clear on where something's getting stuck, we can then move forward with clarity and attention in our business. One of my clients was incredibly stuck because she had a client that was draining every bit of her energy. So we went through a process of thanking that business for getting her where it was that she needed to go and getting her to the next level, but cutting that energetic drain, creating that fertile void so she could call in new aligned clients, both aligned in energy, but also aligned in price. And then those marketing and sales strategies that we've been developing had a chance to take root so that she could grow to the next stage of her business. Being energetic doesn't mean we don't take action. You can have a vision for your life and business all you want, and you can try to manifest it into reality. But if you don't take action, while also aligning to that highest energy, you're not going to have the results you want. We have to combine energetic alignment with strategic, intentional action in order to move forward. Manifestation doesn't just come from anywhere. It comes from taking intentional actions aligned with the highest expression of what you want. We have been conditioned out of our inner knowing on purpose for their profit. Who are the they? It's society, it's big companies, it's corporations. In order to run a radical and rooted business, we need to reconnect back to our inner knowing, not someone else's roadmap, not fall prey to someone else's attempts to hijack our attention, but get back in touch with how we want to run our businesses, the practices we want to uphold, the energy that we have. And that's how you build a business sustainable for the long run, both combining the soul, but also making sure it's financially viable for you over the long term. We can't have just a business centered on soul. We can't have a business that's just centered on strategy. We have to combine both for sustainable business over the long term. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with a fellow entrepreneur. Thank you.